Good Tuesday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. A police tactical team was called out Monday night after a suspect in a high-speed pursuit allegedly barricaded himself inside his vehicle near Orondo. The man who looted the cash register of an East Wenatchee hotel was sentenced last week to 51 months in prison. This wet, mild weather is here to stay into the end of the week. More on that coming up in weather. A Wenatchee Valley father must prove gross negligence in a lawsuit over his child's death against the Department of Children, Youth, and Families. That's the findings today from the Washington Court of Appeals in Spokane. Ian Atkinson's 2-year-old son, Rustin, died in 2017 from a severe brain injury he suffered in his mother's care. Atkinson's lawsuit alleged that evidence of abuse prior to Rustin's fatal injury, including a broken arm, should have triggered DCYF to remove the boy from his mother's care. In 2022, Judge Kristen Ferreira ruled that Atkinson would not have to prove gross negligence in the case, only a lesser standard of ordinary negligence. The 3-judge appellate panel reversed that finding today. The case now returns to Chelan County Superior Court for further hearings. A police tactical team was called out Monday night after a suspect in a high-speed pursuit allegedly barricaded himself inside his vehicle near Orondo. Camille Jelonic of East Wenatchee is accused of leading multiple police agencies on a lengthy highway chase that ended near milepost 218 on Highway 97, about 4 miles north of town. Jelonic, age 37, was convicted of domestic violence in 2022 and was wanted for violating a protective order in Okanagan County. When his car came to a stop at about 8 p.m., he allegedly armed himself with a knife and refused to exit the vehicle. It wasn't until almost 11 p.m. that East Cascade SWAT officers were able to use a projectile launcher to disarm Jelonic and then take him into custody. Highway 97 remained closed for 4 miles around the scene until the incident was resolved. WM, formerly Waste Management, has signed an agreement with Northwest Natural to launch a renewable natural gas project in the Wenatchee Valley. The agreement allows Northwest Natural to construct a facility at Waste Management's Greater Wenatchee Regional Landfill that will generate enough renewable natural gas to power nearly 10,000 homes per year. The project marks Northwest Natural's first renewable natural gas investment for the region, and the facility is expected to be fully operational by late 2025. Grant County Sheriff Joe Kriete says he's concerned by the number of vehicle crashes in recent weeks involving his on-duty deputies. On Saturday, Deputy Trevor Jones sustained minor injuries when he became the 4th Grant County officer to be involved in a vehicle wreck since Christmas. While driving in the fog to a domestic violence call, Jones missed the turn on a T intersection at Westover Boulevard and Owens Road north of Moses Lake, and then went over a curb and into the nearby field. Previously, 2 sheriff's deputies collided en route to a car versus pedestrian accident on December 29th, and then on Christmas Day, a deputy's vehicle was hit while making a U-turn to pursue a suspicious vehicle. In a Facebook message, Kriete says all those accidents are under review and will be referred to a collision review board. When we come back, the Indigenous Roots and Reparation Foundation has hired their first ever executive director. Chelan County wants to hear your input on what recreation improvements they can make. And Washington State is ranked first in the nation for need-based financial aid for college or career training. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Caught in a conflict? Family? Workplace? Neighbor? Business? Housing disputes? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us to learn more.
Around here, Jack Frost nips more than just your nose. That's why people here drive Honda. Dependable all-wheel drive with traction control, with heated steering wheel and seats to keep Jack Frost off your seat, which will make it very happy. And since it's no fun to fill up in this weather, isn't it cool that Honda is known for legendary fuel efficiency? Great deals are here now, and so is Mr. Frost. So see your Inland Northwest Honda dealer today. Honda can handle it.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
The man who looted the cash register of an East Wenatchee hotel was sentenced last week to 51 months in prison. Eric John Felton, age 50, pleaded guilty in Douglas County Court to second-degree burglary. He burglarized the front desk of the Cedars Inn Hotel on July 7th in a crime that was captured on video. Felton was arrested 3 days later. He has prior convictions for robbery and stolen property in Snohomish and Spokane counties. The Indigenous Roots and Reparation Foundation has hired their first ever executive director. The nonprofit welcomed Twyla Abrahamson, an enrolled member of the Spokane tribe and descendant of the Colville, Coeur d'Alene, and Navajo nations earlier this month. IRRF, which was founded in 2021, is an Indigenous-led organization that aims to provide space for tribal members and descendants to practice cultural traditions on ancestral homelands. In their announcement, IRRF highlighted Abrahamson's work as a social, health, and environmental justice organizer and educator, which included working in natural resource management for the Spokane tribe for several years. Most recently, Abrahamson worked for the Washington State Human Rights Commission and currently serves on the Washington State Office of Equity Community Advisory Board. Chelan County wants to hear your input on what recreation improvements they can make. Every 7 years, the county updates the recreation element of its comprehensive plan, which ensures eligibility for specific grant funding opportunities for priority actions. Public engagement is needed to help identify those priorities, and the county will collect public input through an online survey and 2 in-person events. The first open house will be held on Wednesday, February 7th at the Chelan City Hall from 6 to 8 p.m., and the second will be on Thursday, February 8th in Wenatchee at the Confluence Technology Center from 5 to 7 p.m. The online survey, which can be found on the NCWLIFE website, will ask about how you can use current facilities, allow you to share your desired improvements, and will take 5 to 10 minutes to complete. Washington State is ranked first in the nation for need-based financial aid for college or career training, according to the Washington Student Achievement Council. The high ranking comes from data released by an annual survey conducted by the National Association of State Student Grant and Aid Programs, or NASCAP. The council credits the Washington College Grant Program for putting the state at the top of the list, as it allows about half of all Washington households to get some money to pay for college. Since the Washington Grant Program was established, the number of people getting grants has ranged from 14,000 to 22,000 above its predecessor program, the State Need Grant. The council says Washington is both the first and only state to provide more than $2,000 per undergraduate FTE. Coming up next, 10 finalists are in the running to join the 2024 Apple Blossom Royalty Court. We will introduce you to another candidate in tonight's feature story. Wet weather out there today and getting even wetter tomorrow. I'll have all the details coming up in your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come tonight. Please stay with us.
Coming home should never be a chore. Let Merry Maids of Wenatchee customize all your cleaning needs. Weekly, bi-weekly, special occasion. Do you have a vacation home that needs cleaning? We clean them too. Locally owned and operated, let Merry Maids do the cleaning while you focus on your family and friends. Merry Maids has special offers to fit your budget. Request your free cleaning estimate today. 509-663-1710.
Abby says thank you to our thousands of pizza-loving friends from our first 60 years. From our family to yours, thank you. This January, Abby's is proud to offer our classic Big Hawaiian Pizza at a very special price. Order now at abbys.com or join us in our parlor for a legendary pizza tradition.
NCWLIFE Channel is your local TV station. We believe in being the spotlight and mirror to the communities we serve in North Central Washington. Programming on NCWLIFE would not be possible without our sponsors. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air.
10 finalists are in the running to join the 2024 Apple Blossom Royalty Court. Each year, we visit with all 10 of those candidates to learn more about them ahead of royalty selection on February 10th. Tonight, NCWLIFE Stan Kuntz speaks with Eastmont High School senior Samantha Dodd.
The question is, if you could change places, trade places with anybody for the day, everybody, all the candidates picked a person. You picked a dog.
I did pick a dog.
Explain that.
So I picked my 3-year-old dog, Axel. Wait, is this live?
Okay.
Axel.
Axel,
yes. And I picked Axel because I feel that I would just love to be Axel every day. Every day Axel wakes up, it's a brand new day. It's the happiest day of his life. Nothing's wrong. He's living his best life. He loves everyone. So excited to see everyone, no matter who it is, that comes through our door. And no matter if he had, a bad day before, maybe got in trouble, forgets about it 30 minutes later and comes up on the couch and snuggles us. And I just think being able to wake up every single day in the best mood and being happy is something that I wish we could all have. And I think that's why I would want to trade places with Axel, because he's just the most amazing dog.
How old is Axel?
Axel's 3.
3. So in dog years, he's about as old as you are, too.
Yeah, pretty much. He is, yeah. Yep. I would think 21, maybe? Yeah.
Let's go back to November 6th, the mandatory meeting. All candidates plus a parent or guardian has to come to these meetings. It's required, and it's when Darcy and her staff, all of them top flight professionals, spell it out for you. This is what you're going to expect if you are putting your hand up and say, I'm going to go ahead and take a run at it.
Yeah.
Was this something you've been thinking about, or did you even think about it until you got the letter? Talk about leading up to November 6th. You'd say, Mom, Dad, I want to go for it, or?
Yeah. So basically, when I was younger, I would always go to the grand parades and the food fair and everything. And I would love to see the queens and the princesses. I'd stand on the side of the parade with my little crown and wave to the princesses. But as I got older, during dance, we would perform the opening number at the pageant. And so I would get to watch the pageant after we did the opening number. And I was just like, wow, this is something that I think I'd really want to do. And so I became a senior, and I was thinking about it, and I was like, I don't know, school, Apple Blossom. But I really thought about it, and I was like, no, this is something I want to do. And I decided, got to do it, went to the meeting. At first was a little, this is a lot.
They do that on purpose.
Oh, yeah.
Darcy shoots straight. She said, this is what if you're going for it.
Which is great.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it, because I would love to know everything at once so I know what I'm getting myself into. But really, this has been so great so far, and I'm so glad that I chose to do it. It's something that I would never be able to do if I didn't do it. And so I'm just really glad that this is something that I wanted to do and kind of give my younger self a fun little thing. And
is it what you expected? What have you learned about yourself since November 6th, or even since you made top 10? What do you know now that maybe Samantha from a month ago didn't know about herself?
I think I know I'm more confident than I thought I was. Public speaking was something that scared me a lot. Being on stage at dance is completely different, I'm performing. But I really think that I learned that I can speak in front of people, and I'm confident, and I think that's a really good skill to have. And I'm really glad that this has helped me through the process, and I'm just really grateful.
On Saturday the 10th is the day. It's going to be one of the days in your life that you're never going to forget.
Oh, yeah.
It's an all-day process. from the beginning to the end of pageant, but you're going to be judged by judges, by people who do these things and do it well. Are you prepared to be judged? Are you comfortable with that?
I think so. I mean, it's a little scary to think about, like the panel judging and the one-on-one. Like, it's just me sitting there, you know, being asked all these questions. But I think I've been judged before, dance competitions. Obviously, it's a different kind of skill set. But I think it's just being you and being confident in yourself and knowing yourself, I think really helps. And that's kind of what I'm going in with it and hoping that it just works.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a good Tuesday. Boy, you could feel kind of that warmer air out there today, but boy, it rained throughout the day. At some points, it was very misty rain. At other, kind of a moderate rainfall in the Wenatchee Valley. And you can still see this afternoon that we did have some of that misty light rainfall throughout the valley, looking down from our Wenatchee Heights Sky-Fi Tower camera. And a lot of us around North Central Washington experienced that same kind of weather, and get used to it. We're going to have a good chance that we will see more rain showers on Wednesday. In fact, Wednesday will be our best shot for rain. And notice our temperatures were ticking up as we get into the end of the week. I think Thursday will be our last day of real rain, and then things will just be cloudy into the weekend before we begin to cool down. As you can see, mid to upper 30s as we get into the end of the weekend and the first part of next week. High temperature today right at 40 degrees, 37 now is our normal high temperature. Our record high 58 set back in 1989. Low temperature this morning very mild at 36, well above where we should be for this time of year at 25 degrees. Record cold, and it was a cold one, 12 below zero, set back in 1996. We're all the way up to 1.10 as far as precipitation now, another 9/100ths of an inch of precip, and that is ahead of where we should be by 15/100ths of an inch. Sunrise 7:30 this morning, and sunset now just before 5 o'clock at 4:59. Taking a look at your Wednesday temperatures, here's where the warm-up comes in. Upper 40s, although the Columbia Basin did see mid to upper 40s today, near 50 tomorrow. Moses Lake afraid of 49, Quincy at around 48, and then there's that line of cooler temperatures from Ellensburg up into Omak. Most of us will see low to mid 40s with a little bit cooler temperatures in Leavenworth, also Cashmere tomorrow, 41 and 42 degrees. Taking a look at tonight now, we do expect mostly cloudy skies. Look at the size of this area of low pressure, but that is grabbing all of that Pacific warmth and bringing it into our area. We'll see mostly cloudy skies. Lows tonight in the upper 30s, very mild, and then that big storm gets a little bit closer to our shoreline, and that's going to bring lots of shower activity our way. A 90% chance of rain tomorrow. We are going to see some warmer temperatures with highs tomorrow generally in the lower 40s. For Thursday, our low pressure continues its slow move to the north, but that'll still bring lots of shower activity our way, a 60% chance of rain. And boy, that goes for all of the West Coast on Thursday. High temperatures warmer again into those mid 40s, and we're going to stay that way for Friday too. Mostly cloudy skies as our low teeters back down south. I think most of the showers will be to the east on Friday, and we'll just see a decent day with high temperatures to end our work week in the mid 40s. And now kicking off our weekend, a couple of areas of low pressure, but a ridge of high pressure just sneaking in over the Pacific Northwest on Saturday. That'll still keep us mild with high temperatures in the mid 40s. And then by Sunday, notice the airflow on Sunday beginning to change, coming down from the northwest. That will begin our cool down. We'll see a 40% chance for rain Sunday, highs in the low 40s, but notice the blues beginning to creep down into Washington, and that's an indication we'll get some colder weather. For Monday, cloudy skies, a 50% chance of rain, maybe even some rain mixed with snow in the Cascades, so it'll be cooler. High temperatures Monday only in those upper 30s, but the good news, that's still above normal. Taking a look now at your 7-day forecast, look at that beautiful overnight low, 38 degrees tonight, 43 43 tomorrow, 44 on Thursday, a 90% chance of rain Wednesday, 60% on Thursday, and then we dry out for Friday and Saturday. Temperatures will be mild, mainly into those mid-40s, and then for Sunday and Monday, back to the shower activity and some cooler temperatures too. 41 Sunday and 39 your high temperature on Monday. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, I will have a look at tonight's sports report as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this. The Seattle Kraken are on the road in San Jose tonight in NHL action. The Kraken are coming off a 4-2 win over Columbus to wrap up a home series on Sunday. Players and coaches alike felt it was important to wrap up the first half of the schedule with a win going into tonight before the All-Star break.
How critical were these 2 points for you guys and to be able to end the homestand before you go on the road for one more with a win?
Yeah, it was huge. Obviously, we felt like we haven't been playing our best as of late, and to get 2 points, it's awesome. And we still got obviously one left here, so we got to dial it back in.
Puck's going in the net. I mean, obviously, too, since we play with him, we've found some chemistry. Cantor's been hot. I mean, it's just we've cup on the power play. I've been in this league long enough, so you're going to have ebbs and flows, and it's just how it works. It's just you're going to be hot one day and you're going to be cold the next. But you just try and be as consistent as you can and consistently create chances and things that tend to even out in the end.
5 points on the homestand. What did you like about what you saw in the 4 games?
Yeah, you got to grind out points, and that's we did that. Like I said, we were disappointed to lose the point the other night, but we came back and got the 2 points tonight. Those were critical. Anything less, we'd be walking out of this building tonight not feeling very good about ourselves. So, the reality is we have 1 game left before a long break. So we have to get our heads, completely focused on that job.
Tonight's game starts at 7:30 at the SAP Center. The game will be broadcast on Root Sports Northwest. Meanwhile, Gonzaga is on the center stage in men's college basketball tonight. The Bulldogs host Loyola Marymount at McCarthy Athletic Center at 8 o'clock. The game will be broadcast on ESPN. A Wenatchee skier competed over the weekend in a World Cup in ski cross in Alberta. Jack Mitchell is from Wenatchee and is currently calling the ski hill in Nakiska, Alberta, his home hill. Mitchell had his first 2 World Cup starts last week. He was the second youngest in the field of 50. It was a great learning experience, and he's super excited and motivated to keep charging now that he knows he can hang with the big boys. According to Jack's father, Jim, Mitchell didn't make the top 32. He needed to move on to the finals, but he was only a second off the pace. Mitchell told NCWLIFE Sports back in December when we met him at Mission Ridge that his eyes are squarely focused on competing against world-class skiers.
I realistically take it one step at a time. I try not to focus too much on the big goals. I have dreams. I would like to be competitive in the World Cup, obviously. I would like to have top 10s and podiums. But short term, I just kind of think about working as hard as I can, focusing on the small stuff, and the results come after, putting the work in, and try not to focus on it too much, because if you have too much tunnel vision, then you can't really focus on the journey there.
So who's your idol in this sport or in skiing in general?
My idol, I love Tyler Walsh, got to represent USA, but there's some gnarly skiers out there, and the Canadians as well. I'm a big fan of the Swedes.
Okay.
Swedes are awesome. Eric and David Moberg are probably my favorite skiers.
Okay, all
favorite
right.
Style. And,
gotcha.
So when you talk about that, I mean, these guys you watch, you know, first of all on film and watch them on TV and things like that, and kind of go, okay, this is what I want to be.
Yeah. I've seen their progression videos. You know, I've kind of been through all their social media and watched their progression, and I've seen videos of them. And I used to watch them, you know, some years back and see how they progress. So you can kind of pick up on some things, relate to yourself. But it's definitely helped seeing those guys in person. Obviously, it's a whole different animal than, say, watching on TV. But at Nikisk, we had a big World Cup, and I was there to watch and see all the guys and meet some of them. So it was really, really good. And even racing with a lot of the guys racing the World Cup circuit full time when I'm in Europe, so that helps a lot.
Mitchell leaves for Europe this week to compete over the next month on the World Cup stage. All right, checking the Les Schwab Prep Boys basketball scoreboard from last night. Liberty Bell beat Manson 58-48. It was Cascade Christian handling Thorpe 52-31. Soap Lake eased past Eniat 75-29. Waterville Mansfield shut down Wilson Creek 75-33. And Moses Lake Christian topped Riverside Christian 52-41. In girls basketball last night, Liberty Bell beat Manson 52-34. Eniat topped Soap Lake 48-24. Waterville Mansfield down Wilson Creek 69-14. Moses Lake Christian edged Riverside Christian 42-37. The Wenatchee girls basketball team has a makeup game against West Valley tonight at 5 o'clock. Ephrata hosts Grandview at 5:30. The 5:45 games have Cascade at Cashmere and Omak hosts Chelan. In other girls basketball tonight, it's Eniat visiting Riverside Christian at 5:45. The 6 o'clock games have Brewster at Okanagan. Tonasket hosts Lake Roosevelt. Oroville travels to Liberty Bell. Manson takes on Bridgeport. Pateras plays at Moses Lake Christian, and Soap Lake hosts Cascade Christian. Our first glance at the boys' schedule shows West Valley at Wenatchee at 6:30. Ephrata hosts Grandview at 7. Cascade plays at Cashmere at 7:15, while Chelan visits Omak. Also on tap tonight, Wilson Creek visits Thorpe at 6 p.m. Eniat plays at Riverside Christian at 7. The 7:30 games have Brewster at Okanagan. Tonasket takes on Lake Roosevelt. Oroville visits Liberty Bell. Manson hosts Bridgeport. Pateras travels to Moses Lake Christian, and Soap Lake hosts Cascade Christian. Meanwhile, on the wrestling mats tonight, Eastmont has a home match against Eisenhower in Big 9 action. The match is scheduled to begin at 7:30. I'm Grant Olson in for Eric Granstrom, and that's a look at sports.
You are watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We invite you to join us tomorrow in the program. We will be having Tatiana Betancourt, a mortgage loan originator here from the Valley. If you or someone you know are ready to purchase your first home or have questions about how to get started in this process, join us tomorrow on the show. She will be telling us all of the details that you need to know.
And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more news from around North Central Washington, you can find us at ncwlife.com, on our social media channels, or on our mobile app for iPhone and Android. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. Email us at news@ncwlife.com or call 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us, and have a great night.
I'm Eric Granstrom, the sports director for the NCWLIFE channel. We're here at Eastmont High School. We're going to be at Wenatchee High School. We've got basketball, we've got wrestling. It's all winter long. While you're out freezing your hind end off, we're inside staying warm. It's right here on the NCWLIFE channel.